Hello again, survivors. Thank you, Productions back again. Today, I'm going to be showing you the Close Quarters Combat Tactical Guide. This is for close quarters combat and somewhat general mid-range combat. It's mostly close quarters combat specific, though. However, this is recommended by Zach E and Keto 2003 in the comments of Play Interaction MiniGuide. I'll do something cool and like pop in their comments, but I'm too lazy for that. Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll hop right into it. So CQC, close quarters combat, this is kind of tactical, but just basically how you, you know, do close quarters combat to the best you can, like how you can win every single conflict. This is everything I made up off the top of my head. So hopefully you guys will get something out of this. All right, first things first, check your corners. Okay, I mean this is pretty much the given, but you can. I've lost my life a few times in this game because I didn't check my corners. Always when you enter a room, make sure you scan around. Never just assume that it's empty. All right. Use third person to peek. So this can help with checking your corners. So, scroll out and kind of use your right mouse button and peek around the corner. And that's with everything. Like if you're hiding behind a tree, if you're trying to stealth, you could like scroll out and see if your arms are sticking out of the tree or anything like that. It's really helpful. And you can use third person for so much, and it's just really nice. And 3, never aim down your sights in close quarters combat unless the crosshairs on your gun are bigger than the entire body of the player. If it is bigger, it's pretty much you're gonna waste more ammo than you hit them. I mean, you might, yeah. If you have like 100 rounds in your gun, maybe you could do that, but still, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you, like I said, have a large clip or in a bad situation, like let's say, you're getting pinned and you just need to try to take them out really quickly and don't need to have accuracy, then hip fire is your best solution. Just, do that. But if your crosshairs are bigger, like if the character can fit in the crosshairs 2 times, then you're too far away. You're just going to waste ammo. You're not going to hit anything. Especially if you have a bolt-action rifle or a semi-auto rifle, never, ever, ever hip fire. Or unless you're right beside them, because you're just going to waste so much ammunition. Bolt rifle especially. Shotgun, I'd aim down your sights. Something like that, always aim down your sights. I mean, you could hit them, but you'll just do more damage, and you'll do better. Number 4, painkillers it up. So, people probably are like, oh, painkillers. Who needs painkillers? They're useless. But painkillers are actually, they can be really helpful. I like to carry one on me at all times. It usually works out like I have enough space depending on what type of gun I have and how much ammunition it can carry. But painkillers can be extremely helpful if you're in a bad situation, because what they do is it absorbs damage. I'm not sure what the amount is. Probably is listed on the wiki somewhere, but just take a lot of painkillers so you can absorb damage. But at the end, it does damage you a little bit. So don't be thinking that's another player, because I get scared every single time I get damage at the end of taking painkillers. And another number. I think it's 5. Flank, 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 flank. And I'm not talking about the type of meat, the meat cut. I'm talking about flanking as in outmaneuvering the opponent to getting around them to the side or to their back. Flanking is the best way to kill somebody. I'm going to be honest. It's the best way because you can sneak up on somebody, get your surprise, and they'll still think that you are on the other, where you were, but now you're not. So it gives you a few things. First off, the other player is thinking that you're over there, so they're aiming down, expecting you to come up from there. So they don't see you, so if you sneak up behind them. Number 2 is that you are able to get easy shots into the person, and they have to turn all the way around to you and aim at you and hit you they'll probably be dead already when they do that. So flanking is extremely good. So if you're ever in a firefight, just try to circle around, use cover, jump from cover to cover, make sure that they're aiming down, where where you are, where you were before you do that. Never uh, go around when they're kind of just looking around. Because a smart opponent will always look around, never just focus on one area. Because if you do that, if you focus on one area, that's how you get flanked and that's how you die. Alright, cover almost always wins. Okay, if you're ever in a fight, you probably have seen sometimes the guy without a cover, like the guy that's just in the middle of a field, is going to lose to the guy that's hiding behind a rock. Cover gives you a few things. A place for you to reload, a place for you to blood bag. You can hop in and out when you're taking fire, and it makes it harder for them to hit you. If you don't have cover, you have to stop in the middle of a field to blood bag. That's bad. You're going to get shot, and it's going to stop the blood bagging. So cover is really gives you so much more advantages. And if you don't have cover, you're basically screwed. You got to get to cover as fast as you can. Try to put down some suppressing fire in third person, and just sprint. If you have somebody else, try to put suppressing on them and get to cover, because cover is gonna save you your butt a lot. If the person is in a building, don't go through the door. Use windows to shoot and outmaneuver them to kill them. So if somebody's in a building, let's say you're in a small town, right? This person's in a building and you want to kill them. Don't go through one of those, the main door in the front. Go around the side to a window so you can see inside, make sure that they're there, see how many there are, and just shoot through that to kill them, because they're going to expect you to be coming through the front door, and it's going to be a lot easier just to shoot them from the side. So this happens for a lot of things, like if, let me think of something. Let's say you're having some trouble here. Yeah, but this really applies for all buildings. So you're in the tower, not Trinity Tower, jeez, Devil's Tower, sorry guys, the castle ruins, I guess, Devil's Castle, and there's the holes in the things. So let's say a guy's on the stair and he's expecting you to come from the bottom to shoot at him. Don't do that. Go into the wall and shoot through the hole on the side and try to kill them that way. This applies to a lot of stuff. If they're on a building in kin, don't per se come up through the underneath through all the staircases in the building up to shoot them. Go through a ladder in an adjacent building and go there and shoot them from there. It's just flanking. That's basically what it is. Patience is extremely important. Okay, wait for the person to leave cover to check if you're still alive to kill them. Because if you don't have patience, if you're the guy that leaves the cover to go check if they're alive or to counterflank them or whatever, then you're gonna lose. You really need patience in conflicts, because if you don't have patience, you're just gonna be reckless and you're gonna charge out of your cover, and it's just not gonna end well. So always wait. Give it a few minutes, even up to 10, as long as it needs. Before you pursue. This is a pretty fast-paced game when it comes to combat. You're not in these long-standing shootouts for that a majority of the time. Combat, you die because it's just somebody flanks, shoots you, you're dead. It's not long bang, returning your gunshots over long distances. It's not what apocalypsing is. It's close quarters combat. It's long range combat following close quarters combat. Long range, then to close quarters, or long range to medium that ends the conflict. You're always gonna die because they kill you over close range or medium range. Long range, probably not, because you can get to cover easily. But yeah, patience is really important. Shotguns, having a shotgun, shotguns are good weapons. Don't get me wrong here. Shotguns are good weapons if you know how to use them. It requires a good amount of skill to use a shotgun correctly and to be able to beat a full auto gun, and it also requires quite a bit of luck to win a firefight. Because remember, full auto, it has a fire when you see your health draining, it's like a psychological impact to you. You just start to freak out when you see just your health bar just go down. And a shotgun, it's just bam, bam. You just a little bit at a time, so they don't panic as much. So that's one thing. But a machine gun, so much more damage per second than a shotgun. Even though a shotgun does more damage, it has lesser range. It has slower fire rate. It has less ammunition. It's almost all the downs besides damage, and spread, but mostly damage is what it has going for it. So primarily pick a full auto gun because it almost always wins. A good weapon to have, like overall, I'd say, is a 5.56. So the M4, the G36K, the what else is there? The Scar L, that kind of stuff. I know people hate on the Scar, I think it is a lot. It's whatever, but just the 5.56s I think are good guns. I like the M4 a lot because it has good damage, good hip fire, good long range. It has a junk ton of ammo, so you can just put in a 100-round mag into your thing and just fly away. Yeah, but I also like AKs. Probably my favorite weapon is the AK-12. I just love it. It looks awesome for one thing. It has good long range damage, good or accuracy. It has good close range hip fire. It's a great weapon. The FAL is also cool because it looks awesome with its little hammer or whatever you want to call it, the thing on the side. I'm not too smart on guns, but the FAL is awesome because it looks sick. It's great for long range, and it's the best. I think it's the best 7.62 for hip fire, which hip fire is really nice. But yeah, I'd say the AK-12 probably over the FAL. Anyways, always check your ammo, fire mode, stamina, and health before conflict. Ammunition is really important. Make sure you always have the most amount of bullets in your gun that you can get. Never want to have like 3 rounds in a clip before you go into a conflict. That's just not good. Oh, always check the amount of remaining magazines you have, and make sure you want to combine them if you need to. Check your fire mode. I've died multiple times by this, by leaving it on semi-auto or burst instead of full auto. It's annoying. So always check your fire mode before you go into conflict. Stamina, if you're going to be sprinting away from zombies or sprinting towards a player, or if you want a bunny hopper, which if you are, I hope you die. I don't know. They're annoying. And health is really important. Make sure you blood bag before a conflict if you don't have all your health, or take painkillers, because if you have like half your health, you're at a huge disadvantage. Alright. Another one, never underestimate anybody. Never use your handgun on somebody. Never go in for a melee hatchet kill. It's kind of funny, but if you go in to kill that fresh spawn with your hatchet, and they pull out like, I don't know, Fedorov or something, or a grease gun, yeah, and they just pull that out and start shooting you. That really sucks. You lose all your gear because you didn't know that fresh spawn with a Makarov actually had a machine gun in their back pocket. So never estimate anybody. Never use like your handgun on somebody because you're like, oh, I'm probably gonna kill them anyways. Yeah, don't do that. Assess players before a conflict. So see what guns they have, see their behavior. I go through over this in my information MiniGuide. Check it out, guys. It's really good. But yeah, make sure you know the player before you really get into the fight. Make sure you see how many people there are in the group, how they communicate, that kind of thing. The more information you have on somebody, the better, because you know how they operate and you know how to take them out. For practicing, Apocalypse games and Call of Robloxia are 2 great games to practice in Roblox to practice your FPS skills. Apocalypse games is the closest type of Roblox game you're going to get to Apocalypse Rising, because obviously it's a direct game of it by the same creators. It's the same everything, just in FPS mode. And Color Robloxia, I like it a little bit. I like it better, probably. Don't get me wrong, Apocalypse games is a lot of fun, but I like Color Robloxia just because it's, I don't know. I think it just has a little better first-person shooter feel to it, and well, because it's pure first-person shooter, you can't go in your third-person mode. But it's they're both really good. And another one is this site showing here. Yeah, yep, this is the site. Yep. So we got your thing. Yeah. So this is like your clicking, like your fast clicking. This is like your reaction, like you wait for something to turn a certain color and you click it. And this is like there's just a whole bunch of them that's just bam, bam, bam. Like this one, here, I'll just show you. Here you go. So here's an example of the first one. You go like bam, 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 like this, just like this. You can't see my mouse in this, but it's going, yeah. And it just gets harder and harder, and more of them come up. And it gets pretty fun, or it gets pretty intense. But this is a fun one. This is the next one. It's like press reaction is what it's called. You just Wait for a thing to turn a certain color and you click it. It's pretty simple. Just, yeah. So this can help for like your timing when you're with your shots and like switching your weapons and things and just your timing basically, just to improve your timing. I'll just do one more and then yeah. And yeah. So yeah, that's helpful. This is the other one. It's called fast aiming. This is pretty difficult. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have some trouble with it. Ah. Take it. No, the lag. Got that. Why did I get negative 2,000? There's like different versions of this. There's actually different versions of all of them. Since this is so difficult, I'm not even sure how you. I got it a few times before. I'm just in the negative right now. Oh. But yeah, I'm not gonna play this anymore and destroy my self-esteem. So check these out, guys. They're pretty helpful and they're pretty fun. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Yeah, so I put that in there, and with my mad editing skills. Alright, do you guys have any suggestions for games for recording? Roblox AAA games to... or Roblox 2 AAA games. I mean, I like apologizing, but I want to move on, guys. I might do a little bit more Rust, that kind of thing. I'll stick on some Roblox games, maybe do some more of the murder or whatever, you know, the Gmod things of it. Maybe do some Gmod itself. Just, you know, whatever. I'm game. As long as my computer can run it while recording and playing online and on Skype, that's a bit for it to handle when you got a, you know, $800 computer, which, you know, it's good. Anyways, stop. I'm also thinking of making a music video for remember Vampire Time Memory all that while ago? That music video was pretty sick with everybody killing, you know all that is. I'm gonna be making a new one called Rise of the Vampire. It sets place before Vampire Time Memory. Yeah, I know it's pretty smart name, Rise of the Vampire. I don't wanna gloat, but I'm awesome. You know, I'm just saying. Do you guys have any ideas for royalty-free music? If so, just post a link in it in a comment section below, doing an arrow like with my finger and pointing down. So in that area below there, just, you know, any music ideas. Make sure it's royalty-free. Can't use non-royalty-free. I'm thinking of something kind of dark and like building. You know, like builds over the time of the thing of the video and it just gets more dense, that kind of dealio. But you know, don't have to do it if you don't want to. Just to be helpful, because honestly I've checked out a lot of stuff and nothing really pops out to me, so I've been really looking through stuff, spent quite a few hours checking out for music and haven't really found anything too good. There's a lot of good music out there. It's royalty free, by the way, guys, so yeah. Anyways, that's about it, guys. Hopefully you found this enjoyable and helpful. If you have any suggestions for mini guides, post below. I've read yours last time, and this is a direct video from that. So bam, look at that. User feedback, community things, and good stuff is happening. Alright guys, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Remember, stay watchful, stay alive, stay awesome survivors. See you guys in the next video. Alright, now with this new feature called the group and global chat, you are now able to talk to your team without having to have Skype or TeamSpeak or any other programs, but now able to alert the enemy. It's this amazing new feature. It still requires you to type.